Growing up in Minnesota, I see ice houses covering the lakes every winter. I'm surrounded by ice fishing enthusiasts, and yet I don't know much about ice fishing or why people love it so much. So today, I'm going to take you on an ice fishing adventure. We're going to learn a little about the history of ice fishing, what we need to fish, and a little lesson on how to fish. And finally, my favorite, we're going to talk to local fishermen and find out what they love about it so much. So, are you ready to find out what the big deal is about ice fishing? Let's go!
Ice fishing is sort of a result of a lot of culture. It really is. I mean, if you look at the Scandinavian First Nation peoples, freshwater fish was really a staple. In the winter and the ice sort of got between them and food, so they found ways to get around that. And it was sustenance back then, but now it's sort of culturally, well, a sport.
Well, ice fishing 101, I guess. Some basic things that you need for ice fishing is, well, you don't really need a shelter, but it's nice, especially if you have little kids and, you know, a family, and, you know, this keeps things warm. And obviously you need a nice auger, and you saw that earlier, and that pops the holes through the ice. And then a little ladle like this to take the ice out of the ice, out of the holes, and clean the holes out so you can get a line down there. This here is a portable buddy, Mr. Heater, and this will keep us nice and toasty, even though it's out on the ice and it's cold. So we can fish in comfort, and today I think it's about 5 degrees and there's a pretty good wind coming through, and so we could fish out on the ice, but with this we have a little bit more comfort. So Mr. Heater.
One time we were up at Mille Lacs Lake, and Donnie and I both had a fish, and we were tugging on our fish trying to pull it up, and it took us about 15 minutes to realize we both were tugging on the same fish. He had an eel pout that had swallowed his hook, and it swam over to my hole and also swallowed my hook. But we laughed about it, and we had to cut one of the lines to get the fish out.
I like going fishing. I like the access. My girls, who are now young adults, grew up ice fishing. And I didn't have a lot of money back when they were young. We drove the truck on the ice. I drilled a hole and we fished out of the truck. And it's access. So, again.
My dad just took me once, and ever since then I've been hooked.
took me ice fishing, and we caught fish, and we caught fish, and we caught fish.
Oh, with these.
And
No, we
I
haven't.
was hooked. I was hooked then. You know, as long as there's an ice house and you have a heater and it's warm and you're out of the elements, I can go ice fishing. You wouldn't have caught me anywhere out in the cold ever before I met him.
Aw, that's
Nice.
cute.
But my kids, their favorite fish are walleyes. They love walleyes. They're just walleye crazy. And when the walleyes hit, they don't want anybody else to know that the walleyes are coming in. So if you catch a walleye, you don't dare throw it outside the fish house in the snow, because that's just telling the other fishermen walleyes are hitting there, and they'll pick up their ice houses and move them right next to yours.
That weekend, and then every Sunday every weekend my dad would work nights. He'd come home, me, Tim, brothers, we'd all every Saturday go out. We'd cook like we did today, cook out, eat, fish for the day, go home. Dad would sleep. We'd clean fish the rest of the night.
And catching the fish.
Mostly
Catching
warmness.
the fish is fun.
Just a little bit ago, Dad got so excited he hit the fan.
I get a little pumped.
Love about, like, what's the big deal about ice fishing?
Well, I think it's a family sport. It's relaxing and fun, and when the fish aren't biting, you sit around and talk and play cards or play Yahtzee or eat chili. And it's just something fun to do with your family.
Cool. So I have one last question. What's the big deal about ice fishing?
Oh, the big deal. It's just fun. All I can do is give you a story. 2 years ago, we were out on Rush Lake, and it was the last tournament of the last day of the last season. And it was warm, it was sunny. It was, the ice is starting to go away, the sun's up high in the sky, and the fish were just biting. And one of the guys brought his radio along, and he turned it on. And it was Minnesota Twins Grapefruit League. We're sitting on a Saturday on a lake ice fishing, listening to the Twins game. And one of the guys is quiet. We're listening. One of the guys goes, "This is Twins territory." And I thought, that's perfect. That's ice fishing. It's just about getting out, being with your friends. There was 40 of us. You can't do that in a boat. We're all partners, and everybody's drilling holes and laughing. And we went into the restaurant, ate, came back out fishing. That's what ice fishing is. It's about having fun and being with your buddies.